One of the biggest surprises in wrestling history just went down, and you absolutely need to see what happened because it changed everything. If you haven't watched this match yet, hit that subscribe button right now because we're about to break down the most shocking moments that will leave you speechless, and trust me, this is content you cannot miss. The American Nightmare just got stopped in his tracks by the Visionary, and the aftermath created chaos that nobody saw coming. Seth Rollins walked into WrestleMania as everyone expected him to, but what happened inside that ring was something completely different from all the predictions. Cody Rhodes came into this match with all the momentum in the world. The entire arena was behind him and you could feel the energy radiating through the crowd. He had been on an incredible journey and this was supposed to be his moment of triumph. But wrestling has a way of throwing curveballs that shake the foundation of everything you believe in. Seth Rollins stood across the ring with that signature confidence and swagger that has defined his entire career. His entrance music hit and the boos rained down, but he simply smiled because he knew something that nobody else did. The bell rang and these two warriors locked up immediately. Cody threw the first strikes and Seth countered with precision and speed that left the commentators stunned. The pace was absolutely relentless from the opening seconds. Seth hit a knee that connected hard and Cody rolled out of the ring to recover. The crowd went wild because this was the level of intensity they had been waiting for. Seth taunted from the ring and the psychology of this match was building perfectly. When Cody got back in, Seth was waiting and he launched Cody to the outside with a devastating move. The action spilled onto the floor and that's when things became unpredictable. Seth went for a maneuver but Cody sidestepped and Seth crashed hard against the barrier. The American Nightmare took control and the crowd erupted in cheers. He threw Seth back in the ring and went for a near fall that had everyone on the edge of their seats. Seth kicked out and the battle continued with both men trading offense back and forth. The exchanges were so fast that it was hard to keep up with the momentum shifts. Seth started working on Cody's leg, trying to ground him and limit his movement. He kept targeting that same leg with precision strikes and submissions that looked absolutely brutal. Cody was selling the damage well and the crowd was getting invested in every near fall. Seth hit his signature move and the referee was counting but Cody got his shoulder up at the last possible moment. The frustration on Seth's face was clear because he thought he had this match won. Cody fought back with everything he had left in his tank. He started hitting his signature offense and the momentum swung back in his favor. The crowd was going absolutely nuts because Cody was making his comeback and it looked like he might pull off the victory. He went for the crossroads but Seth blocked it and threw Cody down hard. Seth was back in control and he was not letting this opportunity slip away. He went up top and was measuring Cody for the kill. Seth jumped and went for his finisher but Cody moved out of the way and Seth crashed to the mat. Cody was down as well and both men were struggling to get up. The referee was counting and this was the critical moment of the match. Cody got to his feet first and Seth was right behind him. They started trading punches in the middle of the ring and the energy was at an all-time high. Cody connected with a huge move and went for the cover but Seth kicked out. The desperation was setting in for Cody as he realized this was not going according to plan. He went for another crossroads attempt but Seth countered with a move that sent Cody crashing down. Seth hit his finisher and the crowd fell silent. 1, 2, 3, and it was over. Seth Rollins had defeated Cody Rhodes in one of the most shocking upsets of the entire year. The American Nightmare was down on his back staring at the ceiling in complete disbelief. But the story didn't end there because chaos erupted when Roman Reigns emerged from the back. The tribal chief walked to the ring and the entire dynamic of the moment shifted instantly. Roman looked at Seth and then he looked at Cody. Suddenly Roman's manager Paul Heyman rushed to the ring with a microphone in hand. Paul was speaking frantically and Roman just stared at him with an expression that was hard to read. Paul kept talking and explaining but Roman raised his hand to silence him. Roman grabbed the microphone from Paul and he looked furious. Roman called Paul out for some of the advice he had been giving him lately. Roman said that Paul was being stupid and making dumb decisions about his career direction. The crowd went wild because this was a complete turn of events that nobody expected. Roman was publicly criticizing his own manager in front of the entire arena. Paul tried to defend himself but Roman was having none of it. Roman said that Paul needed to step back and let him run things his way. This verbal exchange was intense and it showed cracks forming in their relationship. Roman left the ring and went backstage while Paul stood alone in the middle of the ring looking humiliated. Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes were forgotten as this new storyline was beginning to unfold. The implications of Roman turning on Paul could be massive for the future of professional wrestling. This was a complete game-changer that opened up so many possibilities for where the stories could go from here. The events of this night will be talked about for years to come because multiple storylines were affected by what happened. Seth proved that he still belongs at the top of the card by defeating Cody in a classic battle. Roman showed that he is willing to stand alone and make his own decisions. The wrestling world is about to enter a new era and you do not want to miss a single moment of what's coming next. Make sure you subscribe to stay updated on all the breaking news and exclusive coverage because this is just the beginning of something huge.